Elena woke up on a moving train. No memory, no phone, no ticket. Only one word written in black ink on the palm of her hand. Elena. The train moved through darkness. Rain tapped against the window. The carriage smelled of old leather, cold metal, and something faintly burned. Across the aisle, passengers sat in complete silence. A woman in a red coat, a boy holding a broken toy. No one moved.
Hello?
No answer. Outside, the world rushed past, but there were no city lights, no stars, only blackness, something deeper than night. Then a voice came from behind her. "You're awake earlier this time." He looked about 43, with dark hair touched with gray and tired eyes that seemed to know too much.
Who are you? Is this my name?
You always ask that first. Before he could answer, the lights flickered. Every passenger turned their head toward her at exactly the same time. A distorted voice filled the air. Passenger status: unstable. "Sit down," Adrian whispered. "If the conductor sees you awake, he will reset the carriage." A tall man in an old black conductor's uniform stepped inside. In one gloved hand, he held a strange device. Memory scan. "Passenger Elena," he said, "you are not in your assigned state." The conductor raised the scanner. "Run," Adrian said. Between the carriages there was no platform, only darkness moving beneath the train like a living ocean. "I know every version of you that has woken up on this train. You are in a loop." The window became a mirror. In the reflection, Elena saw herself sitting in the first carriage, still asleep, head resting against the window. The train began to slow. Outside, white fog appeared. A cold voice announced, "The place you forgot." Elena saw a girl behind glass, a girl who looked exactly like her. She was trapped inside a transparent chamber. At the end of the carriage, another door unlocked. Glowing text: "Final carriage access denied. Elena is waking." The train moved again. The fog outside disappeared, as if it had never been there. Elena stood frozen in the empty carriage, staring at the black door at the far end. The glowing words were still there. "Final carriage access denied." Then another line flickered beneath it. "Elena is waking."
Who was that girl?
Adrian did not answer. He only looked at the door, his face pale under the flickering lights.
She looked exactly like me. You know? Then tell me who she is.
"She is the part of you they could not erase. Memory disturbance detected in carriage 7. We have to move. The conductor is checking the carriages. The truth is why you keep dying here. You have reached the final carriage before."
How many times, Adrian?
"Too many. Go." Memory trace found. "What is this train?" "It is a prison. For every version of you." Every photograph showed her. Elena sitting by the window. Elena crying beside a locked door. One photo showed Elena standing beside Adrian. She was smiling. "This belonged to you. If I forget, remind me who I was." Project ELENA, Emotional Loop Experiment for Neural Awakening.
If I wake up again, do not trust the system. And if Adrian finds me, tell him he promised to get me out.
Unauthorized memory recovery detected. Reset preparation initiated. 112 times I have tried. Core memory active. Do not wake the original.
The girl in the glass. She is the original, isn't she? Please, help me.
Elena was not the first.
The black door opened only 1 inch. But that was enough. Elena saw the girl in glass, awake, trapped inside the transparent chamber. Her wet black hair clung to her face, her hand pressed against the glass. Her eyes were wide with fear. And behind her, written on the chamber wall, were the words, "Elena was not the first." Elena could not breathe. What does that mean? She whispered. Adrian stood behind her, frozen.
The conductor's voice echoed. "Final carriage access is forbidden." Elena did not turn around.
The girl's lips moved. This time Elena heard her. Not through the air, inside her mind. Do not trust the train. The door slammed shut. The white light vanished. Elena lunged forward, hitting the door with both hands. No! Open it!
Adrian pulled her back. Elena, stop! She's alive! I know. Elena turned on him. You knew she was there.
Adrian's face was full of guilt. I knew someone was there. Someone? She looks exactly like me. 100 voices, all speaking as one through the speakers. The original must remain contained.
Adrian looked toward the windows. We need to move. No more running.
But the walls began to change. The seats faded. The windows darkened into mirrors. The train was rewriting itself. Adrian grabbed her hand. If we stay here, the carriage will reset around us. The floor was turning white. They entered a carriage filled with sleeping passengers. But every passenger had Elena's face. Rows of girls. Some in school uniforms, some in gowns. Each girl had a word on her palm. Elena. Underneath, each had a number. E-L-E-N. A-04. ELENA-112. Elena looked at Adrian. What are they?
His voice was low. Copies, versions created by the system. Elena's eyes filled with horror. Of me.
One of the girls opened her eyes and whispered, You woke us too early. Then every girl opened their eyes. They spoke together. Find the outside. The train shook. The windows cracked. A girl pointed toward the window. Beyond the glass, hundreds of trains moved through the same darkness. In every window, Elena saw herself, sleeping, running, screaming. The world was only more trains.
There has never been an outside. Elena looked at him. Then where are we? Inside the loop.
The window glass rippled like water. Elena touched it. The glass melted. Cold liquid light wrapped around her hand. She saw everything. The train was a circle. A never-ending system folding into itself again and again. Then she saw a real room. White walls, machines. A girl in a chamber. The original Elena and a younger Adrian.
She's a person. She is the source. The memory broke apart. Elena fell backward. I saw you. You were there in the real world. Adrian closed his eyes. Yes. Then there is a real world. There was. The speaker crackled. Memory contamination detected. The sleeping Elenas began to stand. Their eyes turned white.
Elena's palm began to burn. Key fragment active. A panel opened. Inside was a red lever. She pulled the lever. The side of the carriage opened into darkness. Wind roared in. Across the darkness, she saw the girl in glass again, watching her. The girl pointed down. Below was a vast black ocean. Under the surface, something enormous moved. A city buried beneath memory. The girl whispered, The real world is below. The conductor entered. Step away from the threshold. Who am I? Elena shouted. The girl answered, You are the door. The ocean began to glow. All trains began to turn, bending toward the glowing structure below. The final carriage door opened. Final carriage access granted. Inside was a staircase leading down.
Adrian whispered, I'm sorry. For what? For the first time. The door slammed shut.
Elena was alone. From below, her own voice called her name. Older, colder, waiting. At the bottom, a screen flickered on. Welcome back, Elena-01.
The screen flickered in the darkness. Welcome back, Elena-01. Elena stood alone on the white staircase, staring at the words. Elena-01. Not Elena. Not a passenger. A number. A beginning. Behind her, the door had disappeared. The train was gone. No Adrian, no passengers, no conductor. Only the staircase leading down into a place that should not have existed. The walls were white, smooth and cold. They looked like memory itself, clean, empty, and waiting to be written again. A voice came from below, her own voice.
Elena.
She forced herself to move. Each step lit beneath her feet, glowing softly as if the staircase knew she was coming. The deeper she went, the louder the sound became, not the sound of a train. but heartbeats, thousands of them. At the bottom was a hallway, long, white, endless. On both sides stood glass doors. Behind each door was a room, and inside every room was Elena. One version was asleep, another sat on the floor, another pressed bloody hands against the glass.
They're all me.
Incorrect. They are all attempts. Elena stepped into a circular room. At the center was a control chamber. Screens covered every wall, showing every train. In the middle stood a glass cylinder. A holographic image appeared. A girl, Elena, but older, maybe 25.
I am what remains of the first Elena. Elena 01. This is the control core of the loop. You finally reach the part of yourself they buried the deepest. The girl in glass is the body. You are the memory that escaped.
The screens changed. They showed a white laboratory, a young girl lying inside a glass chamber. The real Elena. Adrian stood beside her, younger, desperate. After the accident, Elena's body survived, but her mind began to fracture.
The scientists built the train as a containment system, a place where damaged memories could be separated and reset. The passengers were fragments, the stations trauma. The conductor, enforcement, and Adrian. He was the first who refused to let them erase you.
Unauthorized core access. He is coming. The hallway outside turned black. Far away, Elena heard footsteps. The conductor.
He protects the world from what you become when you wake.
The door exploded open. The conductor stepped inside. His scanner glowed red. Subject Elena 47. Core access is forbidden. The scanner fired blue light. Elena lifted her hand. The word on her palm burned bright. Key fragment active.
There is a door beneath the control chamber. The real Final Carriage. Go!
Elena ran down the black stairs. At the bottom stood a train carriage, old, burned, broken. Ash covered the floor. Elena, don't open it. You remember the accident, the first loop, the real train, the night everything began. Elena opened the door. Inside, rain fell from the ceiling. Real rain. The windows showed a stormy night. A crash.
I am the memory you created to hide from what you did. Now you have to choose. Wake up, or reset everyone.
The loop is breaking. In the heart of the storm, the final carriage burns under a relentless heavy rain. Elena stands amidst the smoke and shattered glass, her world collapsing into embers and echoes.
I have watched you from the reflections, waiting for the moment you finally look back at the truth.
Elena, stop. You don't understand what this place is. 6 years ago, the crash changed everything. The screams, the twisting metal. It wasn't just a dream. You survived, but your mind couldn't follow you back. They built this system to keep your consciousness alive.
The carriage begins to dissolve. The fire fades into the cold clinical glow of a high-tech laboratory. Thousands of screens, thousands of lives. Every version of Elena trapped in a different, endless loop.
I am the part of you that refused to forget. I am the original consciousness left in the dark.
Inside the chamber lies the real Elena, the one who never woke up from that fateful night. Project Eirlys, emotional loop experiment for neural adaptation. A cage made of memories. The administrator has arrived to end the glitch. The conductor is no longer human.
Elena, run, break the glass. You have to wake up now.
Wake her, wake her, wake her.
The bridge between the dream and the dreamer is formed. Two versions of the same soul, touching. The system fails. The world whiteouts into a blinding explosion of shattered code and reality. In the wreckage of the system, the real Elena finally opens her eyes to the world she left behind. Sunlight, fresh air, and the sound of life. The train has finally reached its destination.
We're out, Elena. It's finally over. We're home.
But the tracks never truly end. A familiar whistle blows in the morning mist. Another girl, another name on her hand. The cycle finds its next passenger. Who are you now? The end. Or just the beginning of a different mystery?